Hey, I'm Roger Parent, aka Chief Marketing Dad. So how do we scale an e-commerce business? That is a loaded topic, but I will try to simplify this the best I can. When I see businesses sort of starting out or really trying to scale from the beginning, typically there's four things that I'll focus on. The first is, what's your why? Why did you create this brand? What is the mission and purpose behind this brand that we're bringing to consumers? If your why is, I just want to make money, you're doing it wrong. We need to have a meaning beyond the dollar and especially with the younger audience that is really demanding to understand the people behind the scenes and what this company stands for. Even if you take a controversial stance, it's better than taking no stance on anything and just saying, I make great t-shirts. Well, cool. I can name 100 companies that make great t-shirts. That doesn't really differentiate you, right? So you've either got to have an incredible product that sort of sells itself, or you really have to have a brand with meaning. So what's your why? That's the first thing I would challenge you to think about. Second is you have to have the right product for that audience. So if you said, like, I really want to improve the lives of pregnant moms or whatever, like if that's your why and you're really focused on that audience, well, you've got to have the right products that speak well to that audience. And that means you've got to get your products in the hands of pregnant moms and like get their real unbiased feedback and ask them to be critical of the products that you're offering, and make sure that you've got product market fit before you go spend tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars on marketing a product that maybe they're like, man, this thing stinks, right? So let's make sure we have the right product for the audience. Third is the right partners. The number one tip I can give you when building an e-commerce business is if every single person on your team, internal, external, needs to be proactive, not reactive. I'm going to repeat that. All of your partners and your employees, you want to identify people that are proactive, not reactive. So if let's just say you hire a PPC agency to go and run Google ads for you. If you are emailing them, hey, what's our strategy? What should we do next? And they're just giving you a monthly report, get them out, fire them, trust me. They should be coming to you being like, hey, can we try this? Hey, can you create creative that does this? Hey, what do you think about spending more money here? What do you think about doing this, right? The right partners are everything. And that's where my value comes from, is that like when I come in, I install a team of proactive A players pre-vetted for most of the clients that I work with. And so you find like, oh, your web development agency takes 6 weeks to start a task. Mine will be on this tomorrow, right? And the proactive good partners can make or break a business's ability to move fast, especially in a very fast-changing environment that we are in with the world of AI. Fourth thing is that you have to be willing to experiment, try things, and lose money. If you are scared to spend your next dollar and you can't throw away and burn $5,000, $10,000 as you learn and experiment to grow a business, inherently, in order to scale, you have to try new things. And you could bring in experts like me who can point you in the right direction. But even someone like me, 15 years of CMO experience, I've worked with tons of big brands, I've been a CEO too. Even I am wrong half the time about specific marketing tactics. So there's nobody out there that's just going to make you immediate profit on everything they touch. If they did, I mean, they'd be insane, right? So you have to be willing to experiment and figure out what works and what doesn't work for your brand. So if you are not at that stage to be able to do that, then I would highly suggest you continue the grindy sort of solopreneur venture where you're maybe just trying to create more organic social content, organic SEO content, blog content, stuff like that, that you can be bootstrapped from the ground up until you have enough of a revenue stream and cash flow to be able to invest in the right partners to take you to the next level. It really doesn't make sense if I have an agency or a client that comes to me and says, hey, I've got $3,000 to spend and like we really need a 3-to-1 ROAS on that like very quickly. I'm saying like you're not it doesn't make sense for you to bring me in for that, right? So I think it's important to, like, you really have to get past those early stages first, get some cash flowness in the door, and really proof concept that there are people out there that really are going to fall in love with your brand and product. And then you can really scale up with a wider team. Now, we can dive a layer deeper here, which is if you have some scale and you're just hitting like a plateau. I've done a separate video on that where I gave 7 very easy strategies on like what typically happens when a company just hits a plateau. So I'll link to that video wherever, everywhere that I possibly can. And if you want to check that out, it should hopefully help dive a layer deeper than the overarching video that this is. So I hope that helps.